them. I've felt this way. Last November, December, Toronto, I picked them. I was telling my friends and everyone, I think they're going to beat the Warriors. The beatdowns that I saw them give the Warriors twice in the regular season without Kawhi and Oracle, beating them by 30 points. Something was just different about Toronto. But, yeah, so Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, and I think Damian Lillard is great. He took the money in Portland. He's loyal. I'm not going to fault him for that. I saw Shannon Sharp say some really out-of-pocket stuff. I saw a Twitter clip of what he said today, and Lillard roasting him right back as he should have. But, yeah, I really think those are the only three superstar players in the league. I mean, players like Paul George and James Harden, Westbrook, throw him in there. George is follower. I mean, we all know this. He doesn't. I don't think he really cares about winning, but I am going to talk about the Clippers after this. Harden, Westbrook, like I said, they're great. Well, Harden's great, but he just deep down doesn't care about winning. I mean, he's had problems with every coach, almost every player. He can't coexist, so that's why I think Houston's going to be funny. But, yeah, I mean, I really think only those three players. I could be forgetting someone crazy, obviously, but just they come to my head. But anyways, now my really hot take, if it can get hotter than that, the Clippers. So I can't believe people think the Lakers are going to be better than the Clippers. I agree with you on half of the conference finals. The Clippers are definitely going to be there, without a question. They're going to get there without losing a game. 4-0 in the first two rounds. I honestly think they're winning 70-plus games this season. 70-plus in their first season together. This is how great Kawhi is. He goes anywhere and he wins. And honestly, I know it sounds, I want to say they win 74. I love Patrick Beverly. I love Kawhi Leonard. Zubac is a great center to have, young with those guys. Lou Williams on the bench. Montrezl Harrell, the best two bench players in the league. And all they give up is picks. Shai, I know he's a good rookie, and Gallinari, great, but, he's old. Like, yeah, you do that instantly to make Kawhi happy. Kawhi's going to make Paul George better. They're going to give up, 85 points a game. I mean, even in this league, this defense is just going to be nuts. And I honestly think they can win 74 games. I think that's how good they are, even if they don't get anybody else. Beverly and Kawhi, best two guard defenders in the league. Paul George, one of the best, small forward, power forward, perimeter player defenders in this league. Lou Williams and Harrell off the bench. I mean, I'm just repeating myself. I can't wait to see them. I can't wait to watch them. I think they're winning the championship easy. I think they're sweeping anybody out of the East. The Bucks, the Celtics, whoever. Philly, no competition in the East whatsoever. No competition. And for everybody in the comments, because whenever I come on, you always have people in the comments telling me how crazy I am and how they hate me. Well, LA Clippers are winning the title. If you're a Lakers fan, you're not trying, you're not winning. You're not winning when Kawhi is in LA.
All right. So you got a comment here from Mo Cheese. He says, wrong. He gave you 4 wrongs. You got 2 of the same players in PG-13 and Kawhi. I don't think the duo is as effective as you think it will be. You're wrong on that, Mo.
Goodness.
You're wrong.
PG
has to do, all he has to do is score. He I don't know how good he's a pretty good defender, but they got Patrick Beverly is so pesky. Anybody he guards, he had KD in a tiff. And KD was laughing, but you know what? He got in KD's head a little bit. Now, Kawhi and Paul George are going to be a force to be reckoned with. I think they're coming out. I think they're coming out of the. Yeah, I think they're coming out of the West. I think it's going to be a Western Conference, all LA Western Conference Finals too, though.
He can say I'm wrong about the Clippers winning the first 8 games before the finals and sweeping the East. He can say that, but to say wrong about the Clippers, I don't even think it's close that the Clippers are going to win. I love that the NBA is back. I love that we finally have competition. And, now this Porzingis trade, let me tell you why it's so much better after what's happened in the offseason. for Paul George, who, he's 29 years old, I mean, we know what he is. Porzingis is 23, 24. Yes, he's coming off injury, but he still has potential to be one of the best players in this league if healthy, with Luka. So we gave up, and love to Dennis Smith. I like him, late dunker, but just didn't work out here. He made some bonehead plays. I hope he gets better. Now, his comments about him leading the Knicks back to, the playoffs or whatever, just asinine, and he knows this. He knows the New York Knicks are not going to playoffs for the next 5 to 10 years because that's what the Knicks do. Maybe they'll get in as the 8th seed if they can ever get a Tier 2 free agent, which they can't. They don't give Kevin Durant a max contract. They just sign 4 power forwards to $20 million deals. I mean, so I don't know what he's talking about, leading the Knicks back to the playoffs or championship, whatever. Give up DeAndre Jordan. He was never coming back. We saw he's not a great defender. We gave up Wesley Matthews. We would have given him up for a bag of chips. So, and maybe 1 or 2 picks, I'm not sure. But anyways, we gave up pretty much nothing to bring up Porzingis, right? The Clippers gave up like 5 picks, their best young talent, and Gallinari, a guy who still gets 20 points per game even at his age. And then, what was the other big trade?
You talking about Brooklyn?
I'm stuck here. Yes, the Brooklyn. No, because how did Oklahoma City get all those other picks before the Clippers trade? No, from Houston, right? Yeah, from Houston. So Houston gives them 3 first-round picks. Yes, they have to take on Chris Paul, but Oklahoma City is the best place to dump Paul because that money, they're not doing anything anyway. They're rebuilding. They're getting all these first-round picks, right? So you look at it this way. Dallas really didn't give up much, but everybody else gave up the trade I was going to refer to was Anthony Davis to L.A. L.A. gave up all of their young players and draft picks to the Pelicans. And the Mavs gave up, players who were never going to really lead us to a title. Maybe 1 pick, I don't remember. But it's just, in hindsight, even if Porzingis never gets healthy and works out, you didn't lose as much as the Lakers or any of these teams that made these huge. Oklahoma City is going to be so good in 5 years. It's going to be incredible.
Those picks, the laundry list of picks that they have, and then the protection on the picks, a couple of them are like top 4. That's not going to happen. They're gonna be. It's next 5 years probably. But this team, what they were able to stack up on, imagine them being like the Celtics. The Celtics got good. Danny Ainge has done a pretty good job, I think, with his picks. They didn't equal a championship, but hey, they made it to the Eastern Conference Final, excuse me. So OKC will be back, but it's gonna be a minute because they had a huge blow.
And they still haven't got rid of Steve Adams, so they're gonna get another haul. It's not gonna stop. They're gonna have every pick in the NBA draft in a couple of years. We're just gonna be hearing the Oklahoma City Thunder select. The Thunder select. As long as half of the players pan out to be decent, they're gonna be good. Yeah. It was time to let this go. It was time to let this go when Kevin Durant left. It was time to let this go. They should have restarted, just like the Mavs. The Mavs should have, after they messed up not bringing back the title team, they tried to contend for the 8th seed, and that held us back. But we get Luka and KP now, so I can't really complain, I guess.
Yeah, getting Porzingis and having Luka, this is a team that's going to make the playoffs this upcoming year.
Yeah.
If you look at the Western Conference, the Warriors, they may or may not make the playoffs. I'm going to lean more towards make. Denver's pretty much still got the same team. Portland, still the same. Houston, still the same. Utah may possibly take a step back. I'm not a huge fan of Conley. Oklahoma City, who was 6th in the West, is not making the playoffs. The Spurs,
nope.
They're going to be creeping in like they did last year. The Clippers are obviously going to make the playoffs. So that's going to leave you a couple of open spots. You got to put the Lakers in there for sure. Memphis is a no. I don't think Memphis added anybody. Minnesota is still probably a no. Sacramento, a very good young team, but with these two healthy players and the bench players that they have, I think they can make the playoffs. I think they can creep in probably about 7 or 8. It's to be a better chance of what it was last year. And last year they were 12th or 14th.
What team was that? Sacramento?
Sacramento.
Okay, yeah. They're definitely on the rise for God. The West is crazy, man. I mean, I would love to see the Pelicans make it. I'm not 100% sold on Zion, obviously. I don't think anybody really is. I think they've hyped this up so much. I'm going to feel bad for him if he doesn't succeed. I want him, honestly, of all the players who were in the draft, I want him and Bol, who should have been on the Mavericks, by the way. I have to throw that in. I just don't understand, We finally picked Luka last year, and we changed the draft fortunes. And we get Brunson in the second round. And, I know people like the kid out in Nebraska that we took, but, I just don't understand how you don't take a shot on Bol. The name, his hype. I mean, obviously his dad was great. I didn't understand. I get the health concerns, but it's a second-round pick. Who cares? I had to throw that in and get your thoughts on that.
Good point. Good point. I mean, Bol, the second round picks, Isaiah Roby, I don't know that much about the kid. I read kind of the rundown on him. Seems like he's afraid to be down low. Seems like he's more going to be an outside shooter. You don't have anything to lose at the second round. Huge success story. Draymond Green was a second round pick. And I'm sure the Warriors weren't thinking that this guy is going to be a staple in our organization. Take a chance on some of these guys. But you were talking about the Pelicans. Here's their starting lineup. Drew Holiday, J.J. Redick, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and Derek Favors. And they got backup players, Lonzo, Josh Hart, Darius Miller, Jackson Hayes, the kid they just drafted. I believe he was out of Texas. So Pelicans is going to be looking like a good team, too. The Western Conference is so stacked. It's beyond crazy how stacked they are.
Oh, it's going to be insane. I mean, I do still think if healthy, the Mavs will get in at the 8th seed. I don't care. As long as we get in, just being in and watching them grow together. I mean, we're going to have most of these guys are going to be on the roster for years to come. And, I remember talking to you maybe last summer, and it sounded crazy at the time when I said it, but I said something like, I hope we can contend for a title in 3 to 4 years. I think we still can. I mean, in a couple of years, everything's going to be different. And it's just really, God, Luke and KP are going to have so much pressure. I mean, I hope they're just not even thinking about it, but they have so much pressure. I mean, they're just going to have to, they're going to have to be scoring 50 to 60 points a night between the two of them. I mean, I know Jalen's a great, he was a great second-round pick, but the only thing I worry about is where is the scoring going to come from. We know Seth is going to get his couple threes a night, Maxey too. Dwight Powell's going to get some buckets, but, Luke and KP, they're going to have to get about 60 points a night if we want to make it in. I know it sounds crazy for them to average 30 a night, but we got to see some 40-point games out of Luka this year, and I think his high is still 35 a couple times. I don't think he ever hit 40. He's going to have to score 40 multiple nights. And, I mean, I think you would agree with me. I still think we're going to make it, but those two guys are just really, really going to have to score, man. Every night.
It's dependent on them. The offensive part of the Mavs is highly dependent on them. And if either one of those guys get injured, God forbid, I hope it doesn't happen, but it's a wrap. If one of those guys gets hurt, and then you got to factor in with this Western Conference, we're talking about all these great teams, but if any of these stars end up getting hurt, that's going to change which teams make it to the playoffs, how they end up making it to the playoffs, and also to your comments. I love Jalen Brunson. I love that kid, backup. He's projected to be the backup point guard. He could even start, I think. But this team This team has got some good pieces. Who got the score, says Big L.